The technology most likely to change the next decade of business is not the social, big data, the cloud, robotics, or even artificial intelligence. It's the blockchain. This is as per the document of the impact of blockchain goes beyond financial services by Harvard Business Review, May 2016. Another few of the quotes: 10% of the global GDP will be stored in blockchain technology by 2027. Mentioned in Deep Shift Technology, Tipping Points and Social Impact by World Economic Forum, September 2015. 176 billion USD business value add of blockchain by 2025 in How Real is the Market? Blockchain, How Real is the Market? Mentioned in the Gartner webinars. Hi all, today is April 29, 2018 and this is Kashif Manzoor with our latest episode or session of the OTech Talks podcast.
Welcome to the OTech Talks podcast, where it's all about working on technologies. You will hear the latest tech information, and your host, Kashif Manzoor, brings together product overviews, how-tos, best practices, tips and tricks, and troubleshooting techniques.
This is a platform where we learn and share with each other. From last 1 month, I was getting prepared myself on blockchain, as we are going to have a future blockchain summit here in Dubai on 2 and 3 May. It's the first summit where 17 world first blockchain projects are going to be present, and I'm excited to attend this and hear from the 17 of the world's first blockchain pioneers. Like, we are gonna hear from Bank of America, who is going to share why it's banking on blockchain. And Kroger in the food becomes one of the world's first food retailers to go blockchain way. On the logistics side, Maersk chief on blockchain unlocking the new supply chain. Then we're going to have a Dutch government first to transplant healthcare records onto blockchain. On the smart technology, Allo3 sparks radical change in energy market with blockchain. Toyota heads in new direction, carpooling on blockchain. So many other pioneers are going to present in the Future Blockchain Summit, which is scheduled on 2nd and 3rd May 2018 in Dubai. So while preparing myself for the blockchain technology, I just thought to start whatever I have done till now, so that you guys can also go ahead and start preparing yourself on the blockchain. So till now, I have completed certified blockchain expert course from the Blockchain Council. This course focuses on the in-depth understanding of what is blockchain and certifies individuals in the blockchain discipline of distributed ledger technology from a vendor-neutral perspective. Personally, I feel the contents were not very good. It was just a very generic contents, what I can say. Then I heads to IBM Developer Works, where they are offering 2 self-paced courses. One is Blockchain Essentials, and another is IBM Blockchain Foundation Developer. These both 2 are goods, and these are self-paced courses, so it's good to go to understand and go through on the IBM blockchain and the general concept on the foundation where they are presenting. At the moment, I'm working on a course which is Blockchain for Business and Introduction to Hyperledger Technologies from the Linux Foundation. It's available on edX. So I've completed half of the course, and I'm very hopeful I will complete it in a couple of days. And then my plan is to go search other some courses wherever available to find and complete those. Now let's go back to the some basics of the blockchain, because that's our agenda of today, that we will be gonna discussing like a 101 type of session, what is blockchain, how it is. So I'm gonna give you two type of different definition which I took it from Google, into different forums, different sites, different vendors sites. So what is blockchain technology? The simplest blockchain definition: a reliable, difficult to hack record of transactions and of who owns that. Blockchain is based on distributed ledger technology, which securely records information across a peer-to-peer network. Although it was originally created for trading Bitcoin, blockchain's potential reaches far beyond cryptocurrency. Blockchain ledgers can include land titles, loans, identities, logistics manifests, almost anything of value. The technology is still new, but the potential impact it can have on business is exciting and immense. In another way of saying what is blockchain technology, a blockchain is a system for maintaining distributed ledgers in a way that allows organizations who might not fully trust each other to agree on ledger updates. So that's create trust between the parties. Instead of using a central third party or an affiliate reconciliation process, blockchain uses peer-to-peer protocols. As a distributed ledger, blockchain provides a near real-time and indelible record that is replicated among the participants. So these were the primary two definitions. I took it from on the Google, and I will mention the sources on the show notes on the podcast session. And if you wanted to hear and read more about, go to just www.otechtalks.tv. Now there was another concept. What is this distributed technology? Very, very important. So a distributed ledger, or what is this distributed ledger which we're talking about? A distributed ledger is a database of transactions that is shared and synchronized across multiple computers and locations without centralized control. Each party owns an identity copy of the record, which is automatically updated as soon as any additions are made. So that's the basic definition of what is basically distributed ledger technology. Another key concept: how does blockchain works? Again, this definition is available on multiple sources, so I'm just gonna take it from different sources and then I'm gonna present to you, which I have learned it from even different courses. A blockchain record, basically this is how does blockchain works. A blockchain records data across a peer-to-peer network. Every participant can see the data and verify or reject it using consensus algorithms. Approved data is entered into the ledger as a collection of blocks and stored in a chronological chain that cannot be altered. So a blockchain, in another word, a blockchain is a system which is a peer-to-peer network of validating of nodes. Each node maintains the ledger of facts and history of updates. Changes to the ledger are triggered by transactions proposed by external parties through clients. When triggered by transactions, blockchain participants execute business logic, which we call it smart contracts, and follow consensus protocols to verify results. Another point comes out from our blockchain, how blockchain works, is the smart contracts. So what are the smart contracts? Smart contracts are the self-executing agreements based on blockchain technology, automatically trigger actions or payments once conditions are met. So this is our legal documents. In the future, they will use real-time information such as asset GPS data to trigger an event, such as a transfer of ownership and funds. Now, before going into what are the benefits of blockchain, or what are the benefits of blockchain, of what are the types of blockchain networks. Let's see, the primary question comes in mind when we say it's a distributed ledger. So what is the difference, or a blockchain versus centralized databases, which is common, we are still now using it. So blockchain is a distributed ledger that can be directly shared by a group of non-trusting parties without requiring a central administrator. In contrast, a traditional SQL or NoSQL database is controlled by a single entity. It's an important difference. That means every node in a blockchain independently verifies and processes every transaction. A node can do this because it has full visibility into the database current state, the node modification requested by a transaction, and a digital signature which proves the transaction's origins. Blockchain powered transactions and data are extremely fault tolerant due to their built in redundancy. Another difference is data is directly shared across boundaries of trust without a central administrator. Updates are agreed upon by the participants before they are committed, as opposed to a typical database environment where the updates are committed by each party and then reconciled through cumbersome or often offline processes. The overall performance of blockchain is a near real time because there are no delays from a central clearinghouse or a reconciliation processing, where reviews often take place overnight or over multiple days or weeks. So that's the difference. I got it from oracle.com/cloud/blockchain, blockchain versus centralized databases. Another key talk or key point is mentioned on number of side is the Hyperledger and a blockchain. So the key difference on Hyperledger is an open source project started by the Linux Foundation to advance cross-industry collaboration of blockchain technologies. So all the top vendors have already joined the Hyperledger project of the Linux Foundation. Now let's see, commonly, which I got it from different sources, is the common types of blockchain networks, are which we called as 4 types of blockchain networks. Consortium blockchains. In a consortium blockchain, the consensus process is controlled by a pre-selected group. A group of corporations, for example, the right to read the blockchain and submit transactions to it, may be public or restricted to participants. Consortium blockchains are considered to be permission blockchains and are best suited for use in business. 2 is semi-private blockchains. Semi-private blockchains are run by a single company that grants access to any user who satisfied pre-established criteria. Although not truly decentralized, this type of permission blockchain is appealing for business-to-business use cases and government applications. Private blockchains. Private blockchains are controlled by a single organization that determines who can read it, submit transactions to it, and even participate in the consensus processes. Since they are 100% centralized, private blockchains are useful as sandbox environments but not for actual production. 4. Public blockchains. Anyone can read a public blockchain, send transactions to it, or participate in the consensus process. They are considered to be permissionless. Every transaction is public, and users can remain anonymous. Bitcoin and Ethereum are prominent examples of public blockchains. Now let's go and see what are the top benefits of the blockchain. So a few of the blockchain benefits. Blockchain is a true peer-to-peer network that will reduce reliance on some type of third-party intermediators like banks, lawyers, and brokers. Faster processes. Blockchain can speed up process execution in multi-party scenarios and allow for faster transactions that aren't limited by office hours. So that's very important on the block. Faster processes. Even transparency, information on blockchain is viewable by all participants and cannot be altered. This will reduce risks and fraud and create trust. Automation. Blockchain is programmable, which will make it possible to automatically trigger actions, events, and payments once conditions are met. Security. The distributed and encrypted nature of blockchain mean it will be difficult to hack. This shows promise for business and security. Return on investment. Distributed ledgers will provide quick ROI by helping businesses create leaner, more efficient, and more profitable processes. Increase visibility. Gain near real-time visibility into distributed transactions across your authorized business network. Maintain a shared system of record with a single version of truth. So these are the few of the benefits. Now, what are the top or emerging industries or the use cases, or we can say the patterns which we are seeing or have gone through or read from the different sources? It's in banking and finance, education, government and public sector, healthcare and pharmaceutical, in insurance, manufacturing, media and entertainment, retail and e-commerce, supply chain, utilities. So it's just all the industries, prime industries are being disrupted with blockchain technology. For example, in the education, student transcripts validation and even transfer, educators condensing, a payment of federal state funds or private grants. Similarly, on the insurance, transactional processing between insurer and investors, claims automation and fraudulent claims reductions. So different types of even supply chain, finance, track and trace, point of origin, ownership transfer, compliance monitoring. So many use cases are being worked out on the blockchain. So that's the some of the basics of blockchain, where and how it is. I haven't gone through history and on all the things. So it was just the definition, the benefits of what is distributed ledger, what is hyperledger. So those type of things we have discussed it. Another very good, I think, decision metrics from it's called as do you need blockchain? It is very good decision metrics introduced by Sushi's model. I hope I pronounce this correctly. So does your client really need a blockchain? And I will put it in a show notes, this diagram. This is very good. It talks about, think about your context before considering the use of blockchain technology. It's based on the excellent article by Gudjon Greenspan, Avoiding the Pointless Blockchain Project. And it talks about a decision tree where it asks question, do you need a database? Yes or no. So if you know, then you don't use blockchain. And then does it require shared write access? Again, yes, no. Don't use blockchain. Yes. Are writers known and trusted? Second question is, do you need to use the trusted third party? Again, yes and no. Do you need to control functionality? Do you want transactions to be private or public? And then there are options: use public blockchain, use a hybrid blockchain, or use a private blockchain. So that's a good I think metrics or a decision diagram which gives you a initial or understanding and the basics of where and why to use blockchain on different projects. So with this, I think thank you so much for today's session. We had a initial understanding of the blockchain technology. Now, definitely what I'm gonna do is we're gonna focus on each pillar or each subject of the blockchain technology, starting from smart contracts and the permissionless or permissionable, different types of blockchain in detail. And we're going to have number of sessions. I'm hoping that we will have a 5 to 10 sessions or on the blockchain technology itself. And before closing today's session, thank you so much. I'm very pleased and humble to get my statistics, which it shows me that till now this podcast has been downloaded by 10,000 plus. So that's a remarkable achievement till to date. That so many guys, folks, you're listening and sharing your feedback with me. I'm not a consistent on doing this session or a podcast. I'm hopeful, or I'm trying my best to at least do it weekly one time. And definitely I will try my best to see you or meet you next week with our next blockchain episode. Thank you so much. Have a good day, good life, and keep sharing with each other. So let's learn.
Thanks for listening to the O Tech Talks podcast, and be part of Tech Talks at otechtalks.tv. It's a turf to share ideas, insights, and innovations.